Welcome to the game Hair Na made by Momo Pixel. This game is important because it's so different than any other game that represents Black culture. More than 80% of Black characters in video games appear as competitors within a sports-oriented game. Black women are portrayed over 90% of the time as props, bystanders, or victims. This game doesn't fall into either category, which makes it powerful and unique. This is Momo Pixel. She created this game because everywhere she goes, people touch her hair. She is extremely tired of this and wanted to connect Black women over this issue. So we're going to help Ava catch her flight and protect her hair by stopping the reaching hands. In an interview, Pixel said I was making this game for us. She designed it so that all Black women could create a character that looks like her. This includes the skin color and hair type. There are 2 pages of hair options. Each style is inspired by a Black woman who Pixel admires or her own hair. I'm going to choose the hair that I most want to touch. Next, the player chooses the location that Ava will be traveling to. Location was important to Pixel's experience of people touching her hair because people touched her hair more in some places than others. For example, when she moved to Portland, people touched her hair more there than any other city she had lived in. Osaka, Japan is interesting because the Japanese culture is a less touchy culture, so it's interesting that this is a location you would go to during a game where the whole point is touching someone else's hair. This is level 1. You appear to be at the mall or maybe at work getting ready to leave to go to the airport. To play the game, you simply use the right and left arrow keys to smack hands away. The goal is to fill up the bar in the upper left before the time runs out. Notice how all the hands are mostly white. This speaks to how this issue can make Black women feel isolated in the world. This is part of the goal of the game to connect Black women over these feelings. Alright, moving on to level 2. This is my favorite level. I think it's ridiculous watching people reach in the windows of cabs to touch this woman's hair. This really shows how invasive people touching your hair can feel. People may not be literally reaching in windows to touch your hair, but these women's personal space or lack thereof is definitely an issue that's shown in this game. As you can see, level 2 is a lot more difficult. Now that Ava's outside in the world traveling, there's a lot more people wanting to touch her hair. There are 2 more levels of the game. Level 3 is in the airport and level 4 is on the plane. After you beat those levels, you reach your destination. This game is awesome because it brings women together. Interdependency between women is powerful and gives them the courage to stand up for their personal space and say no to people touching their hair.